Hello and welcome to this tutorial on how to use FSC Trace. In this video, we'll walk through the onboarding journey, the essential steps to get started with the platform and track your onboarding progress. Let's begin. Once you log in, if this is your first time using FSC Trace, you'll see a box at the top of your dashboard labeled Onboarding Status. This includes 3 key steps: adding your first product, your first trading partner, and your first transaction. These steps are linear, so you'll need to complete each one before moving to the next. To begin with your onboarding journey, click on the first step, Add Product. You'll be taken to a new page. On top, you can see your onboarding progress as well as the step which you're currently at. Below it, you will see a form where you'll need to enter the details about your product. The product name is the name you assign to your product. The product code is your internal reference code used within your organization. Specify whether you buy, sell, or do both with this product. The HS code refers to the standardized international nomenclature to classify traded products. A 6-digit code. This is optional. If you don't have it, you can leave it blank. Choose whether the product is sold by weight, volume, or item. On the volume and weight sections, specify for each the unit you use for your product and its value. On species, select the species your product is made of. You can select more than one. On the product category, select the appropriate FSC category. Please note that if the species or category you're looking for is not appearing within the options, then it is not associated with your FSC license. And lastly, specify the stock quantity by entering how many units you currently have. Once completed, click Create and Continue. Your progress bar will now move to the second step. The step 2 is adding your first trading partner. Next, you'll be prompted to add a trading partner. Use the search bar to find your trading partner by name, certificate, or license code. Once you have found and selected your trading partner, additional information will be displayed, such as the contact details, certificate code, status, among others. Below this information, you will see a couple of fields where you need to provide the following information. The relationship type. Specify whether your partner is a customer or a supplier. The internal name is the name your organization uses to refer to this trading partner in its accounts and systems like ERP. Internal reference ID. If you have an internal ID for this partner, you can include it here. This is optional. However, if provided, it can be included in the reports generated by FSC Trace. Click Continue to proceed. Before moving forward to step 3, recording a transaction, you'll be offered the option to activate sandbox mode, a testing environment where you can simulate transactions without recording real data. If you want to test the system, click Activate Sandbox mode. If you're ready to proceed with real data, click Continue. If you want to take a deeper look into the sandbox mode, check the dedicated video within our training series on the topic. To complete onboarding, you'll need to record a transaction using a real invoice from your trading partner and involving the product you just created. If you don't have an invoice yet, you can skip this step and return later. If you do, click I have an invoice to continue. You'll now need to enter the transaction details. Transaction type. Select whether you're buying or selling. It must match the product setup. Choose your partner, the one you added earlier. Transaction information. Enter your sales document or invoice ID and the date that appears on the document. Batch ID. Enter the batch ID as used by your organization. If you have multiple batches, then you will need to record multiple transactions, one per batch, under the same document ID. Next, you will need to provide the product details. Select the product associated with this transaction. Since you've already added the product details when configuring it on the previous step, the product details will autofill. You'll also need to specify additional details such as FSC claim type associated with your product and license, whether it is 100%, mix, controlled wood, or credit, and the claim percentage if applicable. Specify the quantity, the number of units sold or purchased. Its weight will update automatically according to the specifications you previously provided. And lastly, the harvesting information, the start and end dates of harvest, the harvesting block, and number of polygons. If you have shapefiles, GeoJSON, of your harvesting plot, you can upload them as well. Please note that for some chain of custody scenarios, this information is not required. If this is your case, you won't see any of these fields. Additionally, you can also add and upload user-defined data, including any extra fields and information relevant to your business. Supporting documents, any additional document to provide further context for the transaction, like contracts, quality certificates, audit reports, etc. Click Continue to finalize recording the transaction. Once all 3 steps are done, your onboarding progress will be completed and a confirmation message will appear. Returning to the dashboard, you'll notice the onboarding steps are now gone, replaced by your regular dashboard view. One last note, you don't need to finalize the onboarding journey in one go. If at any point you decide to pause, your progress will be saved. When you return to the dashboard, you'll see which steps are completed and which are pending. Just click on the relevant step to pick up where you left off. That's it for your onboarding journey in FSC Trace. You're now ready to start using the platform. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next tutorial.